It's good news for Donald Trump. Trump's net worth hit $6.5 billion, making him one of the world's 500 richest people.
Oh, wow.
You know, we've talked on this show about how we're so tuned into the news that if we bought stock based on the things we were reading, we'd probably get rich. And then we never do. And no matter how many times we did a bunch of segments like, wow, look at that. Duex stock is so valuable. Trump's going to be worth $3 billion. And then we just forget about it 5 minutes later. And then today it jumps 35%, making Trump worth $6.5 billion. And I was like, why don't I just buy the stocks in the news stories that I'm reading every day? So that's what happened.
Well, that's standard investment advice. You know, what items you use at your home all the time. Buy stocks in it because you can bet a lot of other people are doing it too.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying I should. Like,
are you on True Social? You use it?
I mean, I'm on it. I don't use it though.
I like it. I'm on it, and I'm not just saying I like it because it's a Trump site and all that. I think it's a good little site. Here, you know, you can say what you want within reason, and it's good.
Here's the crazy thing about this though. They're saying that most of the jump in price of DWAC is retail investors. It's regular people putting in a couple bucks here and there, right?
Oh yeah. The AMC sort of crowd or something else like that?
Well, just Trump supporters.
Yeah.
So now imagine the scenario where right before announcing they're running for president, an individual launches a company, prepares a SPAC, a special acquisition corporation, preparing to timing this perfectly with the year of their election, and then tell all their supporters like, oh yeah, we're really excited for this acquisition. Then all of these people's supporters buy stock, spiking the price, giving Trump a massive net worth. He can then sell cash out and use that money for his campaign. It's an interesting way of indirectly fundraising for a campaign.
Well, the fact that his name caused this spike, it highlights how significant his legal argument was with the Engoron fight about the value of his brand, which was discounted by the Democrat politician judge who tried to destroy his company. This shows his brand obviously is worth something. And it may be elevated enormously because of his run for the presidency, but I suspect he'd be a billionaire or have a few extra billion no matter what he was doing with this program.
They're saying on Tuesday, the ticker will show DJT for the Serge.
What a fun election year move.
But that's what I'm saying. So this means all of Trump's supporters right now
are going to buy the stock.
They don't need to donate to Trump because the purchase of a single share drives the value up. So it's an interestingly, I don't know.
It's a way to help them indirectly.
Indirectly, but it's not just that. If someone donated to Trump $50, he would have that $50. But if someone buys the share and millions of people are buying shares, it's driving the price higher and higher and higher.
It may have a bigger impact.
Much bigger impact. Trump could then offload a smaller portion of shares for a massive amount of money relative to what people actually bought shares for. And here's where it gets crazy. If Trump tells I don't know if he could do this or how it would work, but Trump simply says, we're really excited. DJT is the new stock. It's going to skyrocket. We're thinking it's going to go a lot of money. He's going to get non-supporters seeing a 35% increase in one day. People who don't even like Trump, don't care for Trump, are going to be like, I'm going to make money if I buy this. I might as well buy it. Then they are effectively lending their power to Trump, who can then, after 6 months, so just before the election, offload a bunch. I believe 6 months is the standard for these special acquisition deals.
He can get a waiver though from that, right? To offload the stocks before then. Yep.
And none of his fans would actually complain about it. They'd say, please, yes, absolutely, Trump, do that.
And also, I mean, we were talking about this earlier, but he could take out a loan against the stocks too. Because the values there, stock and stuff like that.
And that's what Musk does, right? He kind of uses his loan as his stock value as collateral for all his spending.
So he could very easily come up with I don't know about very easily, but I assume that he could very easily come up with a loan to cover what he needs to cover in this and to fund the rest of his campaign if he wanted to. I don't know if it's legal or not. Not saying that he should. I could be totally wrong about it.
I think,
so I don't know.
I think there is no limit on self-funding of a campaign.
So, I mean, theoretically he could just be like, all right, I'll take out a loan against this stock and then at the end
when did retail investment become legal? That was under Obama, right? With the, was it the Jobs Act or something?
Oh, I think it was legal before then. It's just a matter of...
No, I don't think so. You had to be an accredited investor. There were limits on how you would do it. you had to be an accredited investor with an income of at least $250,000. No, I could be wrong. That's not for stocks, right? Obviously, I'm wrong on that one. That's for direct investment into a startup or something like that.
Yeah, there may be different rules for like IPOs and things like that. Right.
I think this is just the ubiquity of apps, making it very easy and accessible for the average person. Now we're entering this new.
It might be that there was something passed that allowed. Because what Robinhood and stuff, you're not actually purchasing the stock.
Right.
They own the stock and you're purchasing. That's why you can purchase a small piece of it.
Yeah.
So I think what you're thinking of is there was an act that made that legal. So go ahead. Sorry.
No, something like that. I know that maybe you need specific brokerage accounts that operated like bank accounts. Now it's like a really simple app where you put money in.
Right.
And yeah, you don't actually own the stock or something like this. But now where we are, think about the fundraising potential for future presidential campaigns where you don't even need, you can tell somebody before you even run, be like, you don't even got to donate to a campaign. Buy stock in their company on the public market using one of these apps. And then later on, they could sell against that to anyone who wants it. And you get to keep that piece of the company. You keep your value.
It might encourage more businessmen to enter politics. The reason Trump is one of the reasons he's successful is because he has a demonstrated record of success in business that people value. And you're seeing that here. So other businessmen may say, there may be something here for me to pursue as well.
Part of me is surprised that they haven't already come up with some kind of cryptocurrency to do that.
They did. There already was a DJT currency, I'm pretty sure.
No, I'm talking.
No, the FJB.
Because
like a Donald Trump crypto, you mean?
Well, I'm not particularly a Donald Trump. It's because the concept he's talking about, you could purchase the cryptocurrency, which is funding the candidate's candidacy is the thought process, and then if the candidate wins, in theory the cryptocurrency would become worth more. People could, I don't know that there would be what other function they would have, but what you're talking about with the Donald Trump stuff is he was doing NFTs and he was calling them trading cards. But but he was calling them trading cards so that way boomers would understand what they were, because the boomer has no idea.
He's always been good at marketing.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy could sell Orange Coin or MAGA Coin or whatever he makes.
Yeah,
he sold all of them.
And because they were, because they're NFTs, they're non-fungible, so each one is individually different from the others because of the picture in it and blah blah blah. But it was pretty smart marketing.
Imagine this: 2028 election, every Democrat Republican candidate is the majority shareholder in a company that is about to be merged into a special purpose acquisition corporation. And the platform they get from the national campaign cycle, they tell their supporters, we're really excited for the launch of our company. So, take a look. On your own, as let's say you were a mayor of a small town, you ain't going to sell any shares in your stupid little company. You're on a presidential election cycle in a primary or whatever. It's going to boost you substantially. And then you don't care if you win or lose. You are going to get access to a base that you would never have gotten before to buy shares in your company indirectly. You don't got to tell them directly to do it. And that cranks the price of your shares up, and then you cash out once the campaign's over.
Well, I guarantee you, if it's not already in the news stories tonight, the Biden administration, because I know they were sniffing around this whole deal, will launch an investigation into Trump World for being successful. Letitia James or people of her political, her allies politically in state attorney general's offices will also launch investigations. So this is just going to be another magnet for the regime to focus on in its effort to turn the country into a one-party state.
I think, I wonder if the strategy then for Trump would be to maximize these vectors, forcing the deep state and people of ill repute like Letitia James to continually go after Trump's businesses to the point where it's an absurdity. Just literally whatever he does, they make some ridiculous claim about, overload the system.
Yeah, I was thinking earlier today, I was thinking, if there's a new Democrat administration, whether it be this next term or 2 terms from now, I'm thinking Twitter's done. I'm thinking Musk is going to be thrown out of Twitter somehow by the government. And this kind of point, and what happened up against Trump in New York, I think that's a sign, a frightening sign as to what will happen to anyone who crosses the regime.
Yep.
And they were willing to seize his company. They still could destroy his ability to run for office, all based on a fraud charge, literally a charge that's based on a fraudulent interpretation or application.
And that's only a state government too. That's not even the federal government.
And the feds have invested. I'm not saying Elon Musk deserves the same sort of protection that, or protection that no one else gets. But what he's doing is so damaging to the left's narratives and their plans for our country. He's going to have to go from their perspective. And I think Twitter is going to end as under the next Democrat administration.
I think that you're right. I think that the effect of an Elon Musk tweet cannot be overstated. I mean, any tweet that he tweets, it's teens, 20s, 30 million people, see everything that he does.
His reach is extremely broad.
Yeah, it is dramatic, and he is brutally critical of the regime, and the criticism are almost always have significant substance. It's not frivolous. It's not just silly stuff. He's talking about the border, which is probably the thing that people are most upset with the Biden administration about.
Yep.
Because
and its impact on elections, which is frightening to the left for that to be exposed.
Exactly. The way that he articulated the consequences of illegal immigration for the Electoral College, for the Congress itself, for the makeup of Congress. I don't know that the average person is aware of it, but it's certainly not at the top of their mind or the front of their mind. But when they hear Elon Musk talk about it, or Elon Musk tweeted about it, they're like, oh, yeah, that really does, doesn't it? That's how they figure out how Congress gets apportioned by the census. And the census doesn't ask if you're a citizen or not. And the people that are,
Which when Donald Trump wanted to make that a question, everyone was like, that horrible racist wanting to know who's here legally as a citizen in the country.
Yeah, and the thing is, the argument that you get, and I said this, I have said this previously here on IRL, but like the argument you get is, the people that are illegal don't want to talk to people in government. They don't want to tell the truth and stuff. But the people that are doing the census are absolutely motivated to make sure that the people there know that they're not going to come back with the cops, because the people that are doing the census want to know how many people there are there, the real number, because the more people, the more funding the city's going to get, or whatever locale that's doing the actual census. The idea that the incentives are not all lined up for the people to tell them if they're, the number of people, especially without the fact that they're not going to ask if they're citizens, that's ridiculous to say the incentives aren't there.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.